everyone, Neen here from the Hyperactive Bookworm, here to do another In the Car book review, and there is going to be squealing and deliciousness and hand waving even more than normal. It's just, this book was phenomenal. So the book is The Last Woman in the World by Inga Simpson. I listened to it and it was narrated by Federa Holmes. I really hope I pronounced that okay. Federa Holmes? Yeah. And it was amazing. So this is Australian set, dystopian, literary, haunting genius. The writing is magnificent. The story is captivating, and the ups and downs of it make it that much more haunting. There's very little I can say about it that doesn't spoil what's happened, but we get it all from the perspective of Rachel, and she's an amazing character. Her growth is incredible. There is just so much in this book that I want to talk about, and I can't, and oh my god, I actually got onto it thanks to the incredible Anna K. Wren. Thank you, my sap. But this book, oh my god, it is everything. The way Inga Simpson uses language is remarkable. It's literary but reachable, and it is just amazing. She highlights the beautiful, incredible scenery and setting of Australia. She uses it to her advantage to make this book even more beautifully haunting. I am absolutely in love with it. It is, I think, 2 years old. And that's what I love about books. They're available whenever you find them. It's never too late to get a book, to read a book, to discover a book. And that is just such a wonderful thing about this world of writing and reading, and it's amazing. So definitely check out this book. I really can't say much more without spoiling it, but there are so many amazing themes of home and fear and anxiety and finding yourself, and just, it's incredible. So go get it. It is brilliant. It's captivated me. It ripped me apart. It's made me think. It inspired me, and I am blown away by it. So go check it out. That is The Last Woman in the World by Inga Simpson. And like I said, the narration was great. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, y'all. Hey everyone, Neen here from the Hyperactive Bookworm. I'm here to do another In the Car book review. So I've literally just finished listening to Golden Hour by Kat Jackson, narrated by Lila Winters. And oh my god, I am just, Kat Jackson, the way she manages to have characters with so many messy entanglements, and the reality of life, and just the brokenness of humanity. And oh my god, I loved this book. It was amazing and wonderful and heartbreaking and sexy, and I absolutely love Lena. I love how real she feels. The way it presents very realistically, is what I could imagine. I don't really have anyone in my life, or I've never experienced, combat or anything myself, but it feels real and intense, and the way it's all presented is just amazing, and just the craziness of the world and life. And I love how many different people influence and are influenced by Lena and her existence, and I love the tangle of it. That's what I think. I'm just absolutely adore about Kat Jackson's writing. This, I think this is only the second book I've read of hers, but I absolutely love it. I love the way she writes things, and I was already enjoying it. Like I love right up from the start. There are entanglements with, you know, there's not just Lena's best friend. There's her best friend and her, you know, her battle buddy, and there's this person in the past and this in the present, and it's just so real, because we don't just as humans have, like, well, very rarely, you know, you don't just have one or two people in your life. There are people, multiple people in your life, and all at different levels of influence, and Kat Jackson just hits on that perfectly. I absolutely adore this, and like I said, I was already enjoying it, and then she goes and uses like one of my favorite words, which is cacophony, and I was just like, oh, see now it's just up to a whole new level. And yes, I'm obsessed with random words sometimes in my life, and cacophony is one that I've just adored. The depth and the sound of it is just brilliant. So yes, but there are so many moments in this book where I just, oh, this is fabulous. And then when we get past a certain level, the banter is just beautiful and wonderful, and the dynamics of the characters are just everything. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book. It was touched on so many deep issues, but the way it's written is with so much compassion and, you know, this understanding and lack of understanding, and it's beautiful. I loved it, and yeah, I can't wait to read more Kat Jackson's. So yes, please go read it. That is Golden Hour, Kat Jackson, narrated by Lila Winters. All right, thanks y'all. Hey everyone, Neen here from the Hyperactive Bookworm, here to do another In the Car book review. Now, I've realised in the past that when I read non-fiction books, I don't tend to actually do a review of them. I do on like the websites and stuff and on socials, but I don't often do video reviews, and I'm like, that's a real shame, because, you know, non-fiction books are pretty amazing. This one is a writing craft book, and it is Show Don't Tell by Sandra Gert, aka Jay. It is a short, concise, basic guide on some of the main traps, basically, of telling or showing at the wrong spot. Because Show Don't Tell is something that, oh my gosh, I think it's one of the most common things I hear, and have always heard while, you know, wanting to be an author, while working on being an author, by, you know, honing my craft. And the thing is, there's no way you can't keep improving when it comes to writing. And this book is really good. Like, it went through a lot of them, gave examples, was just very direct and to the point, but also gave different examples at times so that, you know, everyone thinks a little bit differently. And it was really cool to be able to see that, you know, oh, that kind of example might work better for someone, you know, who thinks a little bit differently, and things like that. It wasn't pointed out or anything. It was just examples, but that's what I felt from it. That they weren't just the typical examples that I've seen in articles or other books in relation to Show Don't Tell. What I also loved about this book was that it didn't just, you know, tell you the issues or tell you, you know, what's wrong with these examples. It gave you examples of how to improve, or how this specific example might be written better to show and not tell. It also gives you practices, like a whole bunch of sentences for you to practice on, and then we get Sandra's, examples. But even she says in it, it's not right or wrong. These are just one way that you can see how it could be improved. And I just liked that acceptance and that learning aspect of it. It was a great craft book for that sense. And yeah, I do know she has a whole bunch others, so I am hoping to get them, but I really do prefer paperbacks of these, especially if there's examples and stuff you can actually do and apply as you go through it. I'm not sure if I can actually get all of her writing craft books in paperback, but I'm definitely going to have to go have a look. I'm hoping I can get this one though. I'll have to look into it and let you all know. But yeah, craft books, I'm going to try to actually do more reviews on the craft books that I have been reading, because yeah, it's a bit of a shocker that I don't review them. So yeah, so that's Show Don't Tell by Sandra Gatt. Thanks, y'all. Hey everyone, Neen here from the Hyperactive Bookworm, here to do another In the Car book review. So this is Claire Lydon's Change of Heart, and I listened to it. It was narrated by Hayley Munro. The narration was so brilliant. I loved the narration. I loved the way she did the different accents. It was great. But I do have a bone to pick with Claire Lydon. Now, my dear Claire, I read your books. I love your books. Please don't think I don't. But I do read them in between darker, heavy reads, because they have all the beauty and fantasticness of that fluffy, happy comedy. And I love that. I love that I know what I'm going to get when I open a Claire Lydon book, and I am going to laugh. I am going to just roll my eyes at the oh my gosh, the complications, the angst. There's depth in them, but they are more on the happier side of the romance spectrum of things. So my bone is, I did not expect to cry in this book, and I did. It was beautiful and wonderful. The writing was just delicious. The descriptions, it was really, really beautiful. I loved it. I adored the characters. I adored the families involved. I adored how many dynamics came into play and how many side characters we got to meet and really kind of get to know, or even not get to know very well, but we touched on, and it was just so beautiful, seeing all the worlds come together and colliding, and it was absolutely beautiful. I loved how we got to the ending of this book. I'm not sure if it was really supposed to be a surprise or a twist or anything. I figured out what was happening quite early on, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to. The adventure really is in how we come to it and how the characters deal with it. And I love that there was so many other things happening for both characters. The romance kind of came out of what the hell? And it was so cool. It's a fake relationship. It is just, I absolutely love it. So I love this book. I did not expect to cry in this book. The emotions had me all over the place, and I had to get through this as fast as I could, because even though I was sure I knew the ending, and I know Claire Lydon's books always have a happy end, happy ever after, so I knew that would be the end, but how they got there and how they would get to it and all that was just so intriguing and pulled me in. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book. I loved it. So go check it out. It is Change of Heart by Claire Lydon. The narration was great, like I said. Hayley Munro, great job. Narrators, are brilliant. Thank goodness for them, because I don't get as much time or capability of sitting down and actually eyeballing a lot of books, especially these days. But yeah, it was brilliant and great, and yay. All right, thanks y'all. Hey everyone, Neen here from the Hyperactive Bookworm, here to do another In the Car book review. So this book review is Chaos Agent by Lee Winter. Now, a few months ago, I actually read the first of this series. So it's a duology, the villain series. Yeah, so I read the fixer a couple months back, which was book 1, and I had everyone being like, how could you stop there? How could you not keep going? Rah, rah, rah. And you know, for ages, I had no idea why I held off reading it. I do tend to do this though, with books that I like. I do fret that the next book will, I don't know, somehow not make me love the first one as much, which is absolutely crazy. But anyway, so I wasn't entirely sure though why for this one, because I mean, it's Lee Winter. I adore her books. Also, because I've been listening to it, because I really don't have a lot of eyeball reading time in my life at the moment now. And so listening to it, Angela Dawes, who is amazing, and I adore her narration. It is like delicious. So why the hell did I wait? Well, a couple chapters in, I realized, without even realizing why I had hesitated. And I think part of me was concerned that this book would focus too heavily on a situation, the initial situation of Eden being where she is, and, you know, not knowing the truth. And that would frustrate me. However, like I'm saying, few chapters in, I should have known better, because this is Lee Winter, and it's never just one main, you know, kind of story. There's so many different stories, different arcs that all thread together, and boy do they thread together so beautifully, and just so fantastically in this book. I adored this book. Now, Lee Winter, you expect an ice queen. Oh, we get an ice queen. And damn it all, I really didn't want to like Michelle. And after the fixer, I did like her. But after this one, I'm like, damn it all, she might actually be one of, damn it, I can't believe I'm saying it, one of my favorite Lee Winter bad guys. Oh, isn't that, now Lee, if you're listening to this, watching this, you are not allowed to write a Grace story, because I refuse to like that woman. So just cheer that you've got people liking Michelle, who, I mean, we pretty much despised. And I really like Michelle now. Damn it. But yeah, this book was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Lee's writing is just so beautiful. The story she creates, like, it's this perfect balance of tension and beauty, and the story pulls you along. You want to know what the hell is going to happen next. And we do find out, thankfully. We absolutely find out. And it wraps up beautifully, and it is a really, really great book. Fantastic, you know, ending to this villainess series, and damn, it's good. In Lee Winter's books, and I have to mention this because, oh my god, I often smirk. I smirk a lot. I smirk right along with those fantastic ice queens. What I did not expect was to laugh out loud so loudly that my 7-year-old from like the other end of the house came running down going, "Oh my gosh, what's happened?" And I had to say to him, "She called her a goofball." And he just looked at me and stepped away, muttering something about Mummy's gone crazy, which yes, absolutely she has. But oh my God, I laughed so hard at that part. If you've read this book, you absolutely know what I mean. I hope you do, because holy crap, that was just brilliant. It was just perfect. Perfect for the characters, perfect for the situation, perfect for all of it. And I loved it, just loved it to bits. So after that big, long, ranty ramble, yes, go read it. If you've read The Fixer and you're hesitating to read Chaos Agent, like me, once again, don't do what I do. Go read it. It's really great. If you haven't read either, go read them. They're fantastic. Eden and Michelle. I mean, this is Michelle Hastings, so if you've read some of Lee Winter's other books, you may have heard the name. So yeah, it's redemption story, redemption arc. It's incredible, and what can I say? It's smashing. And Angela Dorr, mwah, narration is divine and delicious. So yeah, there we go. Thanks, y'all.